There we are. For those of you that like coming in a couple of minutes early, as you know, we do this just to make sure everything's working right on the live. Hello, hello. Yeah, I figured it was good. Thanks, Michael. Got 1 minute to eat dinner.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Eight o'clock. Good evening is the frequency in use. All righty, I guess not. It's K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. My name is Paul. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Yeah, well, you're look like an old thing with my kids. Look up, look down, see my thumb. You're real dumb because there ain't no priority traffic. If anyone has priority traffic or emergency, please just break in because we're here for that. The net may be broken anytime for that kind of stuff. For information on the net, you can see us at our website, which is the main thing. It's 146415.net. Or you can look us up on Yahoo Groups, which is MJ_SS. Or you can send me an email, K4PEW@ARRL.net. Or right now, you can go to YouTube on either the Brain Trusts channels, BRAINTRUSTS, Brain Trusts, plural, one word. Or just look up in the search block for my call, K4PEW. We normally meet at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays and all kinds of times throughout the day and night here on this frequency. But for the net's purposes, it's 8 o'clock on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. And of course, we're on 146.415 megahertz Simplex FM. Purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators, have some fun, and help everybody get motivated to do better with their rigs, the antennas, the height, the works. Just get better at communicating so they can be a service to the community if and when it was needed, or just have a lot of fun, which has been a lot of fun. I think this is our 496th net for 4.5 years. I think that's what it is. I'll have to do the math. It doesn't really matter. But it's hard to believe there's been that many nets in the last 4.5 years. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, resources, and training in support of the city of Mount Juliet and the surrounding community, which is just about everybody. Does anybody have any announcements? All righty, no announcements. But, well, from anybody else. But my announcements, of course, are, let's see, Tuesday night, there is an emergency preparedness net by the Wilson Emergency Management Agency. And I send out a notice about that on our email list. So everybody gets a little notice about that one. And, of course, we meet again on Wednesday for the net at the same time and place. I think that's all I have in terms. Oh, yeah, and tonight we're doing the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net as well, right immediately following the 2-meter net. And we do the upper sideband net, 144.240, immediately following that. So we shall go ahead and get started unless anybody has any corrections or needs updates on any of those big announcements. Nothing heard. Then let's move right along. We're going to be starting from the north this time. It's K4PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there anybody north of Lebanon Road? Nothing, huh? This thing on.
WB0NO.
Hey, Mark. I was wondering if anybody was out there.
Yeah, well, there's a ball game on, and I had it turned kind of low, and I thought, oh, I turned it up just in time to hear you say you're going to start north.
Ah, very good. Which ball?
Well, we just got done with Auburn, and they lost. So now we've got Michigan and who's in it? Texas Tech and Michigan.
Well, the heck with Michigan.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who they're playing. Just heck with Michigan.
Yep. Heck with Michigan. I agree with you. After the net, I may give you a call. I got something I need to ask you about Navy stuff.
All righty. You can do that. All right, we'll go from there. That was Mark, and he's in Hermitage. Well, actually up near Northwest Wilson, up by the weather station. That's Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. And who else we got north of Mount Juliet? Please come on.
K4 to the station.
Hey, there you go. The station only a few of us can hear. How you doing, Steve?
Wonderful. I went to try and put my 5-element beam up today and didn't get any help, so it's still sitting up on the roof.
Okay. How much help do you need?
Just enough.
Just enough. You need another set of hands, in other words.
Roger.
Yeah, your signal's pretty good tonight.
What's that?
Well, your audio's okay. A little bit of noise in there, but no signal strength on my meter. But you know, it's full audio. You know, perfectly readable.
Yep. You got about 2 bars on. I got 2 bars on you, but your audio is fully readable.
Huh? I'm surprised. And you're on 50 watts, right? And you're on that little beam, or are you?
I'm on a little beam.
All right. Well, you know, I'm surprised you don't have more to me.
Maybe just make additions today.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you're doing fine though. All right, very good. That was Steve. Appreciate you checking in from Kentucky, Steve. You're only at least I think the only one tonight from out of state. That's Kilo 4 Whiskey. I was going to say Kentucky. Whiskey Kilo uniform, and he's just a little bit north of Bowling Green, and a good signal out of Bowling Green, that's for sure. And who else we got north? Please come down.
KK4TYW.
Hey, how are you tonight? Yep. KK4TYW.
I'm doing well, Paul. How are you?
A little bit hurried. I got served dinner about the same time that I started the net, so I got food sitting there waiting for me. Unfortunately, it's going to get a little cool.
Oh, hurry.
Nah, it doesn't really matter. I'm not a picky eater. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's been a busy day, but a beautiful day, so I got to get out and ride the Harley a little bit.
Oh, really? Which Harley do you have?
I've got a 2003 Road King Police.
2003. Huh. Yeah, it's fine. I've never had a motorcycle. I've ridden other people's, but never have. Not in years. But all I can ever think of is when I hear police on a Harley is the old suicide shifter.
Yeah, those haven't been around in quite a while, though. I'm thankful that those are a thing of the past.
Well, it was fun. I just couldn't imagine. I've never driven one. I just couldn't imagine driving one of those and having to do the clutch and the shifter at the same time. Just, it's like crazy.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like trying to be a drummer or something.
Yeah, that's right. Very, very good. Yeah, I was noticing. I saw it on your thing page, your QRZ page before. You had worked in a CB shop, but did you? And so you did installations. Is that where you kind of picked up the first ideas about ham radio?
Yeah, I got into a little bit of sideband then, AM sideband, and talk skip to South America, and it was a lot of fun. And then I picked it back up in my adult life as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good jumping off point for a lot of people. I know that was my first radio, but I really didn't get into it very much. It was very limited, but that was my first aside from being in the Navy when I worked some radios, but I wasn't a radio man. But yeah, that CB is a nice entry level point because it's a nice cheap way to get into it too. Well, relatively cheap if you don't have one of those crazy amplifiers.
Absolutely. When you work in the CB shop and people say, I don't want to put any money in it, and you fix it yourself, then it's really cheap to get into.
Well, then you'd appreciate it. I walked into a radio electronics, well, the radio communications repair shop of sorts in Tampa when I lived there. And I've been by it 100 times, 1,000 times, maybe more. I'd never been in there, and I had just gotten my license for ham license, and I walked in, and nobody in there but the owner standing behind the counter, and I realized he had there was this huge CB antennas. It said 1,500 watts, 2,000 watts, 3,000. It was just crazy. And I was just standing looking at him, and I was dressed in business casual, And I said, "Wow." I said, "He was just going to help you." I said, "Well, I didn't realize you could use that much power on CB." And without a hitch, it was so funny to me, as I think back. He says, "I'm going to tell you right up front, I don't modify radios." I was like, "Man, I didn't even ask him that. He's telling me about he doesn't modify radios." And what it turned out later, when I talked to a friend of mine who's been in the ham in that area for most of his life, he goes, "Yeah, that guy got caught modifying radios by the FCC."
Yeah, there was a lot of that back in the day.
Yeah, I think there was, but I don't know, maybe he thought I was a mole for the FCC or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was just funny because now it's there's hardly any place. Well, no, you can still buy a lot of CB radios, and it's not such a bad mode. It's just so limited,
Absolutely.
All right, Evans, appreciate you being there. It's Evans from Hermitage. That's Kilo 4 Tango Whiskey uniform. And just like most of us did something on CB at some point. All right. In fact, I wouldn't mind having one. Well, I can do it on my all mode rig, but I don't have one in the car at the moment. But anyway, good to have you in there, Evans. Good signal. And again, it's from Hermitage. It's not too tough. Who else we got north? Please come down. Anybody else north? Going to the west of Mount Juliet, west of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
KM4YRS.
Hey, Michael. How was the audio? I didn't ask anybody. You said it's there. Is it okay?
Oh, yeah. Audio's good.
All right, very good. Yeah, I was talking about it. Yeah, everybody else I was asking about the audio on the YouTube feed because I can't tell what it is really without somebody telling me. So that's good news about Rick, but he's out busy tonight, and he's going to be getting maybe the new antenna here in April sometime. That'd be great.
Yeah, he is pumped about it, and his wife is she's kind of in agreement with him that he needs to get it, and so that makes it all good.
Yeah, but if things go south, I'll be listed in the divorce complaint.
Well, she's been fine with it so far. She asks a lot of questions, and she has maybe a little interest on her own.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that's good. Well, again, if you're in the middle of town, it doesn't really matter technically. If you're in the middle of this mess and you're happy, you don't really need to spend that much for an antenna. But if he's kind of remote, comparatively, so I can see why he would want that even more than most.
Yeah, and he's heard my story about when I first started. I could hear like 5 people, and now I'm hearing everybody except 2 or 3. So he thinks that's the way to go.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure he'll be happy with the new antenna, bigger, better, antenna. All right, very good. Yeah, appreciate you being there, Michael. Also giving me the engineering feedback on the audio on the YouTube feed. And that's Michael Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He is in Bellshire. Who else west of Mount Juliet?
K4OEN. And excuse me, Marty and I are west of Mount Juliet, and it's a beautiful Bellshire where it was a beautiful day today. How are you, Paul?
Oh, I'm doing great. It was beautiful today. You're right. It was very, very pretty day. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and mostly sunny.
Yeah, that was perfect. We had to get our Jeep worked on a little bit, so the guy that came by was glad it wasn't raining too. Anyway, hope all of you are having a good evening. You have a good weekend, and I'll pass the mic over to Marty and say 73 to everybody.
Yeah, very good. Very good to hear you in there. Marty, how you doing?
84 BQK, and I'm having a good
Well, I'll bet. How's the dog doing?
Oh, just fine. She's happy and yeah, and what? Anyway, the guy, we had to have somebody work on the car, so that was what we had been doing all morning.
Yeah, I got you. I was going to tell you, I got a mouthful of food now. I was going to tell you that little Chihuahua I sent you a picture of, you and Mary. The dogs, for some reason, didn't realize I was out in the garage. When I came back in, I was wearing headphones because I was working out on a piece of equipment. And they thought I was an invader. And they came running toward that end of the house at high speed. And all I could see was that little dog. She realized it was me. She was barking up a storm. She got in the kitchen. She slammed on the brakes, and at the same time, she stopped. She slid and did a 180 turn, realizing it was me. I don't even know if she knew she was doing it. She turned around and just ran in the other direction. She said, "Oh, never mind, false alarm." Dogs are a joy.
Everybody has to be somewhere and stuff like that. You can run.
Oh, yeah. No, dogs are a joy. They're just fun to watch because they do really dumb things. All right. Very good, Marty, and very good, Mary. That's KD4, Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November, Mary, and Kilo Delta 4, Bravo. Messed that up. Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Quebec, Kilo, Marty, and they're in Belshire, right in the same block as Michael, KM4YRF. Who else? I appreciate you guys being there. Who else do we have west of Mount Juliet?
WY4G.
Hey, how are you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing just trying to unwind after a busy day, a busy week.
I'm sure you're looking forward to retirement, I hope.
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm qualified to go at the end of this year, but I'm gonna try and stay working as long as I can, stay active.
Get 5 or 6 dogs and a couple of mother-in-laws live with you, and you'll stay active.
No, I won't have one dog as it is, little Chihuahua. She's in my lap now. 5 pounds of ankle nibbler, so but, she's a good old dog.
Oh yeah, no, dogs are. One of my dogs, he looks a little angrier than he really is, and he used to avoid strangers. It takes him a long time. So it's hard to explain to somebody. He's a little dog. He weighs, 15 pounds, and they'll be coming in and he'll be growling and sneering. He only weighs 15 pounds. And everybody, when your dog is sneering and barking and, being angry, it's hard to explain to him he's the most lovable dog on the planet.
Yeah, they're just doing their job. By the way, how's the audio sounding tonight?
Oh, it sounds great. You're full scale to me tonight, which I think you were before, and your audio is just great.
Okay, that's good. All right, well, I'm holding the microphone in the, I guess, the required place, so it should be, picking up everything. All right, well, I'll let you carry on. So, it's WY4G. Talk to you later. Yeah,
very good, Jeff. That's Jeff, WY4G. And Jeff, which are you using the stock microphone? Is that what you're using?
Yeah, it's the microphone came with the radio, a stock microphone.
No, it works great. It really, really does have good audio, and your voice sounds good over this.
Yes, I'm glad to know it's doing its job. Getting the parts in, DX Engineering's had a price increase on these radios. This one I got for $189. Now they're asking, I think, a little over $200 for them.
Wow. And that's which one again? I forgot.
It's the FTM 7250DR. It's Yaesu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, Yaesu makes a good radio. And that's a 2-meter only, isn't it?
Oh, dual band.
Oh, that's right. That's the dual band without the crossband repeat, isn't it?
That's the one. It's a C4FM or whatever it is, capable, fusion capable. I haven't tried to experiment with that yet. Just regular modes. Just, FM, on the the 2 meters, 70 centimeter.
Well, your audio is, I think, as good as it gets. I mean, I just don't. It's hard to get better audio than that. So you're doing it. It does a great job. It really is. All right, very good. Because I'm on the A suit tonight as well, but it's the 897, and it seems to do pretty well. Well, very good, Jeff. Again, WY4G, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he is in Madison. Great audio. I put up a new antenna a few weeks ago with his FTM 7250, which is a new radio, relatively new, and we're doing great. Who else we got? West. Good to have you in there, Jeff. Anybody else west of Mount Juliet? All right, going to the south then, south of Mount Juliet Road.
KN4 MPV.
K4 CYG.
Yeah, hold on, Jim. I got Terry on the other line here, so to speak. How you doing, Terry?
Doing okay there, Paul. Been outside working in the yard today. Got a little sun there, but wore out and all that. But other than that, we're doing good. Hope everybody else is having a good weekend and enjoying this weather.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's great. I was talking to somebody earlier today or yesterday, I forget what you remember, talking about how, we now complain about being out in the sun mowing or doing whatever, relatively minor tasks. And all I can ever think of is when we complain is that the early settlers in the South, Tennessee in particular, having to be out there with a mule or maybe no mule and plowing up property or doing harvest time in the summer, late summer, and how hard that was. And I'm pretty sure they didn't do much complaining when they got the food.
Yeah, I covered that, Paul. I know what you mean, man. I'm not complaining yet. It's pretty nice today and everything, even the work I did. But a little sore, but just give me a little while towards the end of summer. I'll be complaining for then.
Oh, I agree. No, I knew you weren't complaining. I'm just saying we kind of take it for granted that our outside tasks are relatively minor, and we go to the store and buy our food. When the early, people who settled in this middle Tennessee back in the early 1800s, their principal day was a lot of work.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Everything going pretty good over at your place?
Oh, yeah, no, we're getting along. Had the nurse to here a couple of times today for some relatively minor issues involving a catheter, which I'm glad I'm not a nurse, but it's one of the issues we have. All right, well, very good. Good to have you in there, Terry, and Terry's in Murfreesboro, and you have the excellent signal as always, Terry. That's Kilo Echo. No, I'll get this straight. Kilo November 4, Mike Pop Victor. Good to have you in there. All right, next up was Jim. Jim, you're in Woodbury.
Very good, Paul. K4TYJ here. Good to hear everybody on the net today. Everybody's doing a good job out here at Woodbury. It was a wonderful day. We had beautiful, clear, sunny skies, and I got to break in my brand new yard tractor today.
Awesome. I think I told you when I bought my lawn tractor 3 or 4 years ago from Lowe's, which is, it's about a mile away from me, and I just rode it home.
Oh, did you now? I like that idea.
I liked it a lot, but it's it just seems so funny riding a lawn tractor that far,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry to hear. Sorry I couldn't make last week's net. Of course, we had power outage because of the storm, and antennas came down, but everything's put back up. And we're good now.
Yeah, very good. I remember you telling me that's a true test of your station.
The VHF side was all good. It was the HF side that parts of them antennas came down, and it wasn't the antenna fault. Apparently, it was the tree branch I picked to hold them up wasn't strong enough, but it's pretty much up permanent now.
Yeah, well, we live and learn. Let's put it this way: you can't keep it up. You can't put up an antenna strong enough to take the worst case winds, because even the best of antennas is, 100 maybe, 80, 70. It depends on what hits it,
Well, you know what they always say: if it doesn't come down, it wasn't up high enough.
I guess. But that takes a lot of work to put them back up.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I know that's right.
Very good. And that was what, the 4080 you built?
160/80.
Okay. That one. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. All right, very good. That's Jim in Woodbury, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet with a great signal. He's got a beam pointing our way. Who else? South, please come in.
And 4 PQX. So Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry, hold on one second. I believe I got Joey in there. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Did I get the call? I was writing down the call and fumbled it. It's Kilo November for Papa Quebec X-ray, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, I think I was messing up the second letter there. I was pretty sure it was N, but in my haste, I wasn't hearing quite as fast as I was writing. So how you doing tonight? Your signal sounds good. Are you using the big radio?
I am in fact using the big radio, but it's on low power, and I'm using a mag mount on an air conditioning duct in my room. So I am curious what the signal strength is.
Sounds great. You're like S9 to me, which is darn good from inside. Do you ever know if there's a duct going through your room that you can put something on top of?
Well, it's not really. It's just a vent that's steel, so I put a mag mount on it. It's actually upside down, but it's right next to a window, and I'm probably about 20 feet higher than my actual antenna.
Oh, well, no, you're doing a real great job to me, and I'm sure some others if you're up on the second floor, which is where you are, right?
That is correct, and I am running at about 5 watts. I'm at low power right now because I am in the same room as the antenna. I don't want to get cancer or something.
You don't have to worry about cancer. You just have to worry about your corneas melting.
Well, just as bad, I would think.
Well, the cornea melting is instantaneous. The cancer is progressively worse over the years.
Well, if I keep doing this for years, I'm sure I'll have both.
Yeah, very good. All right, you sound good there, Joey. Who was? Oh yeah, Larry. Good, Joey. Good to have you in there. That was Kilo November for Papa Quebec X-ray. Joey. He's in actually Hermitage, but he's about 6 miles south of me. And I think next up was Larry. Larry, how you doing?
Good night there, Paul. We're doing good down here.
You think I'd write this down often enough with your call. SYV. You think I'd know it right off the top of my head?
That's that old timer sitting in.
It is Kilo Echo 4, correct? Yeah, KE4SYV, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I did it without looking, too. I'm good. It's not always true. So you doing all right, Larry? Having a good day?
Ma'am, I'll let you get on with it. KE4SYV.
All right, very good. That's Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Doing a great job here into Mount Juliet. Who else we got south? 40, please come in.
Yeah, 4 November, Delta November.
Hey, David. How you doing? What power are you on? Medium?
I am. You are getting good, aren't you?
Nah, it was a good guess.
Yeah, doing very well. Beautiful, beautiful day. I can stand this, I believe, about year round.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll get worse.
Oh, yeah. Everything's going to change. There's never enough of anything, you know.
Well, it's funny. We complain about the heat when it does get hot, but it doesn't stay hot a whole day.
Well, you're a former HVAC man, so you shouldn't have any problem staying hot all the time, huh?
No, well, when I have a very wide range of tolerance for temperatures, I've lived and worked in so many different climates, I don't give it much thought. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to be sitting doing nothing and sweating. Yeah, that's a problem. And it's uncomfortable to be sitting doing nothing and freezing, so there are some areas that are difficult, but I always laughed at people because there were office situations where we had contracts to maintain systems and they'd be complaining that it was too cold and it was, they wanted the rooms, they couldn't deal with colder than about 74, 75 degrees in an office environment in Florida. And then it's actually kind of backwards. They always wanted 72 in the summer and they want 78 in the winter. It's really a weird phenomenon in Florida.
Yeah, I totally understand, but I know you're aware about 10 degrees difference of whatever ambient is a good comfortable temperature. Just get rid of that humidity, right?
Oh, absolutely. If you can get rid of the humidity, you can be comfortable with 80 degrees. It's not going to be a problem, but it's most people don't have a system that will accommodate them.
That's right. I know, and I'll let you get on, but, been real cool in the last month, and I'd be out working, get the break, get the sweat. Never get cold at all, but once you get that sweat and stop working, it's like an ice,
Oh, yeah. No, I know the feeling very much. Well, very good, David. You sound good down there in Reedyville. That's Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November, and he's running 20 or 25 watts on medium power. Doing great, at least to me. Who else we got south? Anybody else south of 40?
K4 OFO, I'm mobile tonight.
All righty. Where are you mobile there, Donnie?
I'm right here in Providence, headed toward the house, been just left into the meeting, so I'm fairly close to you.
Oh, yeah, very good. You sound great. What, was the meeting good?
Yeah, pretty good. We're trying to get the field day and this HamQuest thing ironed out, but I think it'll be all right. Sounds good anyway.
Well, listen, I know the meetings. You had field day, the HamQuest details, and getting the new and the tower moved.
Yeah, I've been able to hear a few people tonight. I could hear Mike all the way up in Lebanon when he was on there, KM4YRS. So he's making a good trip up there, and I've heard several others here and there. I'll turn it back over to Netball. Don't have anything else. Good to hear you on net tonight. Thanks for what you do.
Yeah, very good, Donnie. Good to have you in there. Donnie's mobile tonight over near Providence, going south toward where he lives, south of me, about 6 miles. That's Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot, Oscar, and Donnie is mobile. Who else we got south?
WF4EBX.
Hey, Ed D. How you making out tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Had a good day. Got a few things done. And fixing to kick back and watch a little television.
Yeah, I'm with you. Of course, I've been kicking back a lot, too much recently. But I didn't tell you about my my war on my mailbox, did I?
Oh.
Yeah, well, the older mailbox, the hinge finally busted for the last time, and I had to replace it. I thought I could just take it out, unbolt it or just slide it out. Well, they put that thing down on a concrete block platform in this brick housing, because the whole enclosure is brick. And so when they did it, they put the mailbox in there, and then they just laid in there. It's not secured in, but then they put the bricks and built it right on top. There's no way to pull that thing out, not one way. And the only way I could get it out, I don't have a cutoff saw, but I had a grinding, an angle grinder, and I had to get in there and spend 2 hours grinding up that thing to take it out piece by piece.
Man, you should have just hired a drive-by mailbox destroyed person.
Well, I could have just paid some kid to come by and ram it with a car and knocked all the bricks over. I could just put up a post.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, and so you guys know my wife works for the Postal Service. She wasn't real happy that I didn't put in the mailbox right away. I think I go get one. But what's right now is what's in there is the bottom half of the cardboard box, and that's where the mail's going in.
All right. Well, at least you get your mail.
Yeah, that's right. Well, no. All right, very good, Eddie. That's Eddie. WF4 Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. He's over kind of near just east of Gladeville, I think. We're in Gladeville, and great signal as always. Who else south of 40? Anybody else south of 40? All righty, we'll move over to the east then, east of Mount Juliet Road. Anybody east of Mount Juliet Road? Well, we got some slim pickings over to the east. We got nothing east of Mount Juliet Road.
Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo.
All right, you holding back on us, are you?
Not on purpose. I had the wrong button pushed.
Yeah, I've done that. I've talked on the wrong microphone, wrong radio, no power. I've done all of it.
Well, I'm having a devil of a time getting accustomed to this way this thing operates. I forget where I am with the darn transmitter, and I wind up keying up the wrong band or the wrong frequency, and that ain't good.
I like when I heard one of the other guys. He's been on the net before, but not recently. and I happen to be monitoring the M-Tiers network, and he has a dual band radio, and he forgot he was also something else at the same time. And he forgot what he was. He called out for somebody else, and he broadcasted all through the M-Tiers network. He had to apologize for it.
Oops. Wonder where James is tonight.
James Woodbury.
No, right up the street from you, up on top of the hill behind the library, or beside the library.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering the same thing. Usually he's the first one to jump in.
I know.
Well, he must be out with the family, I'm sure, because normally he's here. Been here for the better part of 4 years anyway.
This is true. That's the reason I'm kind of finding it unusual he's not here. Is my signal okay?
Oh yeah, you're doing great. You got about S as normal now with the new antenna. You're doing about an S. I think that was an S7 or 8. Hold on, let me look. Can't read that meter backwards. Yep, bouncing up against S7. So you're doing wonderful.
Cool. I've got 5 bars on you up here. I don't call them S units because I'm not sure that's what they are, but they're bars of signal on this radio.
Yeah, no, there's actually on my 897 they have the same kind of thing with the bars, and then online I found a thing that says number of bars and what the signal strength, what that means. You have to need an interpreter for the bars. You know?
That figures. I was going. Oh, I went to the. I went to the breakfast this morning, and your name was brought up.
Are we talking about the one in Sumner?
Yeah, the morning net group.
I mean here or somewhere else?
Oh, and it's Ryan's at Rivergate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know where you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
I went to that breakfast this morning. Pretty good group of folks.
Oh yeah. No, it is a good group because I think this is the month that both the Nashville Club and the Bible Net group meets at the same time.
Well, I'm okay. There was a good sized group over there this morning. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope nobody was defaming me. At least I couldn't hear it, so it doesn't matter.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. All right, Richard. That was Richard, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and he is in Lebanon. Anybody else east? Please come in.
KN4LXH.
All right, hold on. Well, I'll take the first one first. I think I had Jimmy in there first.
Hey, Paul, how's it going, bud?
Going good. Did you get everything straightened out with your old project and your new project?
Well, of course, the tower thing put on hold a push-up mast, just one of these channel master masts. I think it goes to 40 feet, but I've only got it up about 25 feet, and I've got a hex beam sitting on top of it. So that's all I've done so far.
Oh, that's great. The hex beam's what? Good through 40?
Oh, no. Good Lord, if it was 40, it would be huge. No, just 20 and up.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I've never used one of those, but I understand they work pretty well.
Yeah, they're pretty good antennas. Don't have the rotor connected up yet, but the wire just came today, so maybe I'll get that connected up and see if it really works.
Yeah, all righty. Very good. But you're still planning on doing a tower at some point?
If I'm able to enlist my son to help me, I might be able to put up a tower, yeah.
There was a day in the past, sons didn't have any choice.
Well, he's 45 years old, so he's got a choice.
Yeah, I know. All right, very good. That's Jimmy. He's here in Mount Juliet, north of the high school here in Mount Juliet. That's Kilo November 4 Lima Sierra Hotel. And who was the other person in there just on a double?
KN4HG.
Hey, how are you, Stan?
Doing well, Paul. How about yourself?
I am doing all right. How are you doing on HF?
I worked Navy a while ago on 15 meters FT8. Not too bad.
Just not too bad? Now, are you doing most of it on digital now?
Nah, I still have more phone or SSB than I do digital.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've said it before, but it's easy to get tired of digital because there's no interaction at all. You know, it's just all on the machine.
Yeah, but not near as much fun as phone now.
No, I don't think it is either. It's just like try to imagine doing a digital net, doing nothing but digital on 2 meters. It wouldn't be any, I don't know if it would be any fun, but it wouldn't be near as fun as doing just regular phone, you know, QSOs.
Yeah, Roger. Nothing like jumping in a big call and trying to beat the next guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm familiar with the problem. All right, very good. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. It is Kilo Mike, right?
Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. Sometimes when I see what I wrote down, it doesn't look right, but without checking, it's easier just to ask you. Very good. Again, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, Stan, and he's in just a little bit north 11. Who else east of Mount Juliet? Anybody else east? Please come now. It's K4 PEW.
KG4 my thing. Waiting on other people. But guess not. What's going on, Mr. Paul?
No, same thing as earlier, except a lot sorer than I was when I woke up.
I hear you. Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot going on over here. Had some good dinner. And, well, just sitting here listening to everybody on the net. Everybody sounded good tonight. That fella, Jimmy or Johnny or what's his name, Joey. I hardly ever hear him. I think with the J pole, right? I think I hardly ever hear him. You know, I don't hear him as well as I did tonight. Tonight he was outstanding. It was just a heck of a signal.
Well, he was running just low power with a mag mount upside down on a piece of metal duct that runs through his bedroom. So he's on the second floor though, so I think that made the difference because he was about S9 or S10 to me.
Oh yeah, he was doing a good job over here in Lebanon. We need to keep him on that antenna because that one was working. Whatever he was doing was working real good. All right, well I'll get out of your hair, KG4, I think.
Yeah, and that's again that mag mount was upside down. Did you catch that, Kevin? It was upside down mag mount.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, very good. Was there another station in there?
Yeah, Paul, he was 20 over S9 here. KK4WU, I'll take it.
Hey, how you doing there, Bill? KK. Hold on one second, Bill. KK4. Make sure I get my numbers here right. Yeah, hold on one second, Bill. Yeah, I don't know if Joey, were you still there? I mean, I'd want to straighten Kevin out. It was Joey, not Jimmy Johnny. It was Joey.
I heard you talking about me. What do you want?
No, I just want to make sure you knew that you were being heard in Lebanon and real well, and up as well as up in Bellshire, up there in northeast Nashville. Real well on what you got running right now.
Well, thanks. I think that's pretty solid for about 5 watts.
Yeah, it is. And again, height is a big advantage where you are. And of course, going to Nashville to you is about, I mean, up where Bellshire, it's like a northwest, I think. And some of that's over the lake, so I think that helps somewhat.
Yeah, about northwest, and probably some water there. So yeah.
Well, very good. Good to have you in there. And I'm glad got a good report there on your signal anyway, up on that second floor. All right, Bill, how are you? You were at the meeting, I take it?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, just got out. Had some chit chat afterwards, but yeah, pretty good meeting. How you doing tonight, Paul?
I'm doing well. Did you cover the standard topics that Donnie mentioned? The antenna on the repeater, the ham quest, and what was the third item? I forgot already.
Yeah, probably Field Day, I think was one of them.
Yeah, those are the standard itineraries for most meetings in the ham world.
Oh yeah, that was all covered. We got all the answers to all the world's problems.
Yeah, you wish. Well, very good. Hey, have they decided where they're going to put the current repeater? Are they going to move the repeater?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's just right now the current location is just not reliable enough from a yet where, but we're working on it.
No, I'm just curious. It's a big move to take it out of there because it's going to take something just to get it out, let alone put it back up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's I mean, right now the antenna that's up there is old, real old. So likely unless we're required to pull everything off the tower, likelihood we're just going to pull the repeater racks out of there and the equipment in the shack and move it. Leave the antenna in the wire if we can.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Well, you've already got another antenna waiting and ready, don't you? Or is that one rotting?
Yeah, I think it's about. It's like good wine, it's aging.
Yeah, okay. It's probably aging with multiple insect categories growing inside it.
You're probably right. It's probably brown recluse city in there.
Yeah, very good. You have to hose out the antenna before you can use it. All right, very good. That's Bill. And I assume you're mobile. Where are you mobile on right now? North of, well, you get kind of west of Lebanon.
Yeah, I'm Hartman here at Toshiba Road, which is near the Cracker Barrel headquarters.
Ah, okay, very good. That's Bill. Kilo 4 whiskey uniform, and he is just west of Lebanon, over by headquarters for Cracker Barrel. Who else we got? Where was I? East and late check-ins. Anybody else? Please come down. Anybody late check-ins? Anywhere, any place, anyhow.
KB9RKK.
Yeah, you were at the meeting as well, I'll bet.
Yeah, just got home. Was I was on a motorcycle, so I couldn't talk on the radio.
Yeah, you could if you were good.
Yeah, I'd have to spend money. My headset for my helmet could do it. There's actually an attachment for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you need that distraction on a motorcycle.
Nope, not really.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's, well, since you just got in there, you can't tell me who you heard or didn't hear, but you doing all right?
Yep, doing all right. I couldn't hear that. I think you said Jimmy, but I could hear him scratching in the. I could tell somebody was talking, but I couldn't make them out. But again, I'm in a compromise.
Yeah, very good. All righty. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo, and he is in northwest Wilson County. Is there anybody else late check-ins? Good to have you in there, Frank.
W4AWE.
Hello, John. You doing all right?
Yeah, just got in here. How's everything going?
Well, it's going pretty well. You're number 22 on the list tonight. I don't know if we're going to get too much farther than that, but I didn't send out a reminder tonight, so sometimes that makes the numbers turn out lower than normal.
Yeah, but that's not a bad number.
Oh, no. Most, as I've said, most nets, I don't care what they are, Aries, information nets, fun nets, unless it's a huge repeater system that's got a lot of history, it doesn't usually get over 20 for certain. I mean, it's usually less than that.
Yeah, from what I've seen locally, stuff in the teens seems to be typical.
Yeah, I know of one net that gets some pretty good numbers. That's the Bible net at 6 a.m. on a weekday. And that gets, I think, upwards of, 25 to 30 regularly, but that's a long-standing net with lots of long-standing operators on it.
Indeed.
Yeah, all right. Well, so everything going well for you? You're still working late?
Yeah, it's just it's a busy time of year, but that's all good.
Hey, I was in your world a little bit yesterday. My wife said we were going over, it was a silly list of, it said groups, American music groups that didn't make hits, make big deals in the UK and Britain. And one of them was Dixie Chicks. And I never paid any attention to the Dixie Chicks. I couldn't tell you anything they sang. And she says, well, she sang one. It was something, I think she said it's called Earl's Dead. Or Earl Needs to Be Dead or something. I go, what? She goes, play it on YouTube. But I played it on YouTube. It might be one of the worst songs and videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the UK, but they've had a long, very successful career. I mean, a long one.
Oh, no, I'm sure they did. I wouldn't be familiar with them, that's all. And I just thought, I don't know who would like. You have to take a look. Look up that video on YouTube. I think you'll be underimpressed.
Yeah, I'm sure I must have seen it, but I'll check it out. Yeah, in fact, I've
It's the only way you can make money, I hear, these days.
That's it. I mean, the old days making it through record companies ended long ago.
Yeah, I think so. Nobody's buying those 45s anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you know, streaming is something. It's really sad going back through the history of recorded music to see an entire industry. Not vinyl is back. Print is back. Books are selling better than ever, and you know, in an internet world, people are starting to value the you know, really expensive or coffee table books more than ever. Things that actually have, you know, some staying power and really beautiful print quality.
Yeah, they're tangible things that people can actually lay hands on and enjoy.
I mean, I like my Kindle, but boy, I sure always prefer a hardback book.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But and that's in the convenience of being when you're out and about, like waiting in a waiting room or sitting and waiting for something in an airport, or having a Kindle or a Nook, you know, tablet is an awesome way to carry a number of books around.
It is great to have literally the World Library. I mean, gosh, I remember, you know, what it used to be like. I used to love libraries, especially that big one at Vanderbilt, and those, you know, with those big rooms of just, you know, polished wood card catalogs, and you know, some of those are still around, but nowadays it's you can almost Google it.
Well, that's what I was telling my wife the other day about some of the papers I did in school recently, as well as long time ago. And I said, there is no reason that kids today can't easily get through their work. When you have in their home, in their tablets, in their hand, they have the ability to talk to every single, you know, technical and literary resource in the world, almost, at least in this country, you know, at your fingertips. So there's no reason not to get research easily done.
Yeah, there's a funny thing about human nature, and I mean, I discovered it on my first trip working on a film project in Haiti. You know, rarely have I seen so much ingenuity applied. You know, watching people literally build cars out of scrap iron and old pieces, stuff that a junkyard would have thrown away. You know, it's sometimes making it too easy kills the innovation.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty strange stories out of those third world countries about what they'll do to make a car run.
Or literally make it from scratch.
Yeah, I was told in Cuba, you know, when things were getting really tight after the Russians left, they were using liquid shampoo for brake fluid.
Boy, that's one I never would have thought of.
I can't either, but you certainly wouldn't want to get any bubbles in the shampoo. You know?
Man, that's one way to clean the brake lines.
Anyway, yeah, you're right. But anyway, John, it was good chatting with you. It's good to have you in there. Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. It'd be great to get you to one of the breakfasts, which we're having one the second Saturday of this month, which I believe is that'd be the 15th, which is next. Yeah, that's next Saturday, a week from today.
Yeah, I'll make it out soon. I've got a big flurry of activity the next 2 months, and usually by the time mid-June hits, I have a little bit of a break.
All right, well, good. All right, very good. That was John. He's in Bellevue, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. You wouldn't say that up in New York City because Bellevue is a psychiatric hospital up in the city. And and next up, is there anybody else late check-ins? Please come now.
KR4AZ, what's going on, Mr. Paul?
Hey, how you doing, Tim? There was another station there, but hold on 1 second. How you doing down there tonight there, Tim?
Doing fine. How about you, buddy?
Well, you made it in on time tonight. That was good.
Just about didn't know, did it?
Listen, you made it. That doesn't really matter whether it's getting near the end or just doesn't matter. So everything going well for you today?
Yes, sir. Going pretty good. Just filling around the house here. I was going to tell you that young fella, it sounds like a young fella anyway, down there in Nashville on that upside down antenna. He was sounding good here in the borough.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, he's 6 miles south of me, over towards between Mount Juliet Road and the Percy Priest Lake. So I'm not too surprised that he hits you in Murfreesboro pretty well coming across the lake surface.
Oh, okay. There was somebody I thought was in West Nashville that was on. That might have been the one that was on the J pole, doing well too down here.
West Nashville. I forgot who that was. I remember now. West Nashville. No, I don't know who that would be on it. I don't think I mentioned the J pole, but I might have. No, I don't know who that was. Well, very good, Tim. Anything else for the net tonight?
No. Well, that wasn't tonight. That was the other day or so we was talking, and I might have it wrapped up around the axle too. Got it all wrong. So anyway, have a good one, Paul. Enjoy the net, and y'all take care. KR4AUC clear.
Oh, I think you were talking about Richard KI4SIB, who used to have that J pole. I think that's who you're talking about, wasn't it?
No. This I know Richard coming in here good too now since he got that 510. But it was somebody that I thought it was in West Nashville. But like I said, that was I only think it was on the net we was talking. Anyway, like I said, I might have that all turned around.
That's all right. Don't feel all alone there, because I'm turned around every time I do a net, and we get like 22 dozen people in here, and I can't remember who was where. Well, very good. That was Tim, Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. He's in Murfreesboro. Who else laid check-ins, please come on?
K4IDC mobile.
Hey, how you doing tonight? You coming home from work or what?
Yep.
Work on a Saturday? You had to be at work?
This was student launch week in Huntsville. So today was the rocket launch competition.
Oh, and they did that. Where did they do that?
What's that?
Where did they do the launch?
Bragg Farms on the north side of Huntsville.
Oh, you're coming back to Huntsville. Oh, cool. So how's the competition go?
Oh, well. I had a beautiful day for it. Most of the rockets flew beautifully. Most of the parachutes worked wonderfully. Fortunately, ours did on both of those counts. The awards banquet was later on this evening. I did not attend that. I've gotten word from the team that we placed second in two of the major categories and first place for documentation.
Oh, wow. How big was how tall was the whole thing with propellant and everything?
From about 9 feet.
Man, that's a big rocket.
It's about 9 feet tall, 5.5 inches diameter, weighed 46 pounds and some ounces, ready to fly.
And what was the altitude?
We went to 3980 or so, just shy of 4,000. We were expecting about 4,200. We lost some points there. The rocket came in heavier than we anticipated for reasons I'm not aware of yet. And but there were other teams that were flying to 5,000, 5,200, 5,300 feet.
Is there a limitation down there?
Yeah, 6K. You go under 3,600 or over 6K, you're out.
Oh, I mean, is that their requirements or is that a FAA requirement?
I don't know what the waiver is there as far as the FAA goes, but there's a fair amount of commercial traffic. So, but that's the contest rules. If you break 6,000, you're out.
Huh. And so every one of the machines does have an altimeter in it.
Most of them have two.
Ah, okay, very good. And what controls? I mean, what is what's the microprocessor in those machines?
It's something simple. It's pretty tiny. Altitude, the altimeter is the size of your thumb. It uses barometric pressure and change of pressure to sense as a sensor and calculates the change of altitude from that. And they run two because we run a main one for deployment, and then we have a backup. Because parachute doesn't always pop out the first time, so sometimes you have to pop it again.
Yeah. Well, there's only one parachute?
Well, there's two. There's a drogue that comes out a couple seconds after apogee, and so that helps it slow. That helps it fall very rapidly, but not ballistically. And then there's a main chute that usually deploys around 600, 700, 800 feet.
Okay, I got you. Just like the Mars rover.
Yeah, just like that, only different.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, very good. That was Kilo 4 into Delta Charlie on the way back from Huntsville on a rocket competition with the University of Vanderbilt University. And sounds like they had a good time and a lot of fun. A lot of neat stuff. I did some rockets, but they weren't that big. They were tiny compared to a couple feet. All right, very good. That was Robin, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie, Mobile on the way back. Who else? Is there anybody other late checking? Because we're going to move over the buy, sell, swap, and swindle, and then over to the 2144 240 upper sideband. So then I guess we'll call for lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers. Oh yeah, the end time survivalists. All righty, then we'll move right on the buy, sell, swap, and swindle. Who else? We close that portion of the net. Now you can check in if you want to. Anybody else got anybody have anything to buy or sell? Please come now. This is K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Net.
KN4PQX.
KN4PQX. Yes.
I am still in the market for an antenna tuner for my newly acquired Kenwood TS530S.
All right, so you're looking for a 100 watt antenna tuner, correct?
Over 220 would be preferred, since that's I believe, the max output of this transceiver.
The TS530, you said?
Yes, it's hybrid Kenwood from around the 80s, mid to late 80s, I believe.
Oh, that does how many watts?
The manual said 220.
Huh, yeah, I didn't know that. That's great. It does 220. That's awesome. So yeah, you're going to be kind of stuck with I said the like the older. It's an old model, but they have the newer upgrades to it. That's that MFJ sells, or I used to sell a 949E, similar to one I have here. Where it's exactly the same. But you can probably get one used. I'm thinking for not too much, but they're good for 300 watts.
All right. Well, as long as it's not too terribly expensive.
Well, we'll have to, if you look on two things you ought to do. If you look on QRZ and see what's available, because they're pretty popular. They advertise that as the most popular antenna tuner in the world. So there should be some available somewhere.
All right, I'll have to look into that. If it's, the more popular something is, the more it's made, and the cheaper it is for me.
Yeah, usually I think I got mine for $100, and they sell for a couple hundred. I don't remember how much. It just has a simple meter, but it's a nice antenna. I mean, it's a nice antenna tuner for a pretty basic tuner. It's not an automatic tuner.
All right, I'll have to look into that. Thanks. But if anyone has one they're willing to sell me, that'd be a plus.
Yeah, perhaps a 200 or 300 watt tuner for Joey, Kilo November 4, Papa Quebec X-ray. If you have one, let us know. What else? Anybody else have anything? I think John had that TS 991 for sale. John, you still have it for sale?
Oh, yeah, the Yaesu FT991, Shackler box.
Yeah, 991. I think it was $800.
Yep, 800. It's 160 meters through 6 meters at 100 watts, all modes, and then also in the same package, 2 meter and 70 centimeter, 50 watts, also all modes.
Yeah, it's got 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and 6 meters right down to 160. It says all mode, pretty much all band. For $800, it's a pretty good buy. I'm surprised that somebody hasn't snatched that up. All righty, was there anything else, John?
No, that's it.
Yeah, all right. I'm surprised somebody hasn't come up with a tuner that's available from the group here, but I'll send it out again. All right, anybody else have anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle?
50 amp Astron, 125.
It's getting older as we speak, you know that.
Yeah.
50 amp Astron linear power supply, make an offer, and that's to Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. See, I remember what you called this. 50 amp Astron. All righty. That was for Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. And anybody else? All righty, then we'll jump right over. Here it is 9:03. We'll wrap that up. If anybody has any questions or has more that they want to tell me about later, they can just email me at my call at awrl.net. And I'm going to move over to the other portion of the net. So 73 to the 2-meter part, we had 24 check-ins, plus we had some items on the buy-sell swap swindle net. It's kind of a repeat, but we need to get those moving. Not that it matters. We don't make profit from it. But anyway, I'm going to move over there now and close this net, K4 PEW 73s, and moving over to 144.240 sideband. All righty, this is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet sideband net. Sideband net on the 144.240. Let's go north of Mount Juliet. Please come in.
KB9RKK.
Hey, Frank, I got you in there. Who else north, please? Anybody else north of Mount Juliet? Over to the west of Mount Juliet. West of Mount Juliet for the sideband portion of the net. Oh. How about south? South 40, please come in.
K4ID3.
Very good. Good to have you in there, Robin. Anybody else south of 40, please come in. So over to the east of Mount Juliet, please come in.
KG4MIZ.
Hey, Kevin. Oh, it's getting lonely in here, man. There's only 4 of us.
Yeah, I grabbed a hold of the wrong microphone. I got too many of them sitting in front of me.
Yeah, I hear you. I got too much of everything sitting in front of me. All right. Was there anybody else in there? We've got me, and we've got Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo, up in the northwest part of Wilson, and we've got Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie, and I believe he's still mobile. You're still mobile, aren't you?
Yes, but now it's south of 40.
That's all right. All right, you're kicked out. You have to check in at a later date. And we've got Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu. Anybody else, any place, anywhere for the sideband portion of the net, which is slim pickings tonight.
W4AW8. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
Very good. Hold on. I got you in there, Jim. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. And we got Whiskey 4 AWE John. All right. That's kind of filling out the dance card here. Is anybody else with check-ins for the Mount Juliet Simplex net on the 144.240 upper sideband?
I have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Every other night is 144 down. Was it 240?
Yeah.
Huh. I must have been on the wrong one.
We're on one the last time?
No, this time. For some reason I was on 144 down 400. I was wrong. No wonder I didn't hear nobody.
Well, I've never done anything like that ever, Jim.
Oh, sure.
I do it at least a couple of times a year just to remember how dumb I can be.
Hey, Paul. 144 down 400. The man was quiet.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. Who was that other party in there?
It's me, Kevin, over here. Tell Jim that it won't cost him very much more money to turn up that power to boost up the signal a little bit.
You hear that, Jim?
No, what do you think?
Kevin said it doesn't cost very much to boost up your power a little bit.
Okay, how's that? Does this make him feel a little bit better now? Yeah, I can hear him now.
Yeah, I heard
What's he gonna do to improve his signal to me?
Light a fire. Yeah, no, I didn't have any trouble hearing you the first time there, Jim.
I didn't think so. There, right there's 100 watts.
What were you running before?
15.
What were you running on 400 the other day?
144 400 or 146.415.
No, I'm I'm at 144 400.
I was running 15 watts.
Now, okay, earlier, just a little while ago, when you first checked in, how much were you running?
When I first checked in, it was like 15 watts. That was it.
Yeah, well, when you consider you're pointing kind of me, so you come in real good to me.
Yeah, there's 100 watts right there, Paul. That's turned all the way up.
Yeah, you're bumping up at S8, it looked like on the meter here, but as far as, readability and, intelligibility, I think that's a word. It's real good, no problem.
Yeah, it's intelligibility. I think that's a correct name and the correct word.
I don't get to use it too often in ham radio.
Especially talking to us.
Well, it's universal. Oh boy. All right. Anybody else at late check-ins on the 144 240 upper sideband net for the Mount Juliet Simplex Society? Please come in.
KN4LXH.
Oh, are you on 240? It sounds like you're about a little bit down, or maybe it's me.
Nah, I got some mismatches here on the thing. I'm on 144 240.13, but some people meet me here, and some people sound normal, so I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure what I sound like, but I heard KN4LS. Oh, dang, I get that correct. It's KN4LSH. That's Jimmy. Didn't you hear? That's who I heard.
Lima X-Ray Hotel.
Oh.
Did you get that?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was trying to make sense of my chicken scratch here. KN4L Lima X-Ray Hotel, and I know we've talked before, but I forgot who this is.
This is Jimmy. Listen, when I tune you guys up on sideband here, I'm looking at 239.8. That's what I got too. Yeah, it's about whatever I am too, Paul.
Well, that's what's going to be messed up. How do I sound on 239.81?
Well, put it back. Yeah, now you're normal at
239.6. 239.6.
How's 244? I mean, 240.11 is where I'm now.
I got you right on the money at 239.87.
Yeah, isn't that funny how those differences are on the radio? It's a lot of room for movement there. Yeah, Jimmy, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize your call. How much power do you run over there?
It's set for 50 right now.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's funny how well, I don't know if it's funny, but you'll hear a call and then you just go, huh? Especially when I wrote it down wrong the first time, so that's what messed me up.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, you sounded really good. It's just hard to get used to sideband on VHF because it is so sensitive.
Oh yeah, very much. Yeah, and it's amazing now. I mean, aside from Jim down there in Woodbury, whose signal is very strong to me, but he's pointing a beam straight up into Mount Juliet. There might be some variation there, but he's got a good signal. And even Rusty's not here tonight, but he normally runs 5 watts on a vertical, not a great vertical, out of Murfreesboro, and his signal is as readable as anybody else's on 5 watts. So it's amazing how little power is required to get out.
Yeah, I know we're close, but what am I doing on your estimator there? Can you tell me?
That looked like about 40 over.
How about your come back?
That was about 40 over there, Jim.
Okay. Well, maybe about 35 over.
You're at late over here, Jimmy.
What'd you say there, Rob?
SA to my driveway.
Yeah, yeah, that's doing real good to you. Another 6 miles south and jumping over the I-40.
And I'm on a mobile vertical whip.
Yeah, that's right. Mobile vertical whip. So yeah, it's interesting how sideband seems to get around around the airwaves a little easier.
It has less trouble with the obstacle.
With the what?
The obstacle.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Too. Yeah, very good. And Jim, how are you copying Robin? Are you copying Robin mobile?
I can hear most of the time. It depends on where exactly he's at the time, his elevation. But yeah, I can copy him.
Yeah, he's almost at lake level, well, a little above lake level over there on the east side of Percy Priest. I just wondering, he's still mobile. I was just wondering how you're copying.
Yeah, I mean it's not super duper, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, very good. You're right, Robin. The obstacles are not bothering us tonight.
All right, let's go. I'm home. I'm going to sleep in my own bed. 73 K4 IDC.
All righty. Have a good night. Let's. All right. Well, very good. And tonight we had Kilo 4 Papa Echo Self here in Mount Juliet. Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo up there near the weather station, well, up in northwest near the weather station. And Kilo 4 Indy Delta Charlie Robin, who was mobile, making it back home by the end of the net. And Kevin, Kilo Golf 4 Mike India Zulu there in Lebanon with a good signal. And who else? John, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo over in Bellevue. And Jim, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet down in Woodbury. And of course, Jimmy, Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel in Mount Juliet here just north of the high school. Was glad to have everybody in there. It was a pretty decent net. I assume over the months and or years that'll pick up even bigger, but we'll live with that. No problem. I think everybody learns a little bit or at least has some fun. But anyway, appreciate all the participation. Catch you guys over on FM in a little bit. K4PEW closing the net.
W4AWE.
You.
Oh, you're a solid +5 over S9, and Jimmy's got a really good signal. He's a solid S7 to me.
Hello, Jimmy, you copy that?
He said I was S7 to him.
Yeah, and he's over in Bellevue.
Oh, okay, great. I was strong that far.
Well, it's actually interesting because it's a little different than FM. Well, let me ask this, John, were you able to copy Jimmy on FM?
Yeah, but it's on FM. Jimmy's down about 3 S units.
Okay, well, yeah, John already knows, and John, between going east from where John is in Bellevue, is a fairly large bump there between, just coming over east. I guess it would be east northeast over to us, and so it would be the same to you, Jimmy. So on FM it's a little lower, and on sideband it doesn't seem to care.
Well, okay, I don't understand now. We're talking about ground wave, okay? Now, the ionosphere is not involved here, so it's ground wave. So why is sideband better than FM?
The only answer I have is because.
It's less bandwidth. It takes the power and uses it well. It's less bandwidth. It doesn't take that much power to make the signal go further. And it's even better if we can go horizontal. Yeah, if you can go horizontal, that would be so much better.
Okay, I understand. Well, yeah, I think FM signals are, 6 kilohertz wide, and the standard sideband signal is about 2.7, is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty close. It's usually 2.5 normally, what everybody usually runs.
Oh, yeah, well, except there's a few people on HF that don't understand that their signal is 2.5 kilohertz wide,
Yeah, I know what you mean. KG4 must be. 2.5 wouldn't be bad. I've heard them out there 5 and 6.
That's those guys from South America, they run like several kilowatts.
Yeah, instead of communicating, they're broadcasting to everybody.
Hey, Bob.
You, K4PEW.
Yeah, KR4AZ. I'm transmitting right straight up on 144.240, but I've got the receive down about 13 kc. Are you copying me okay?
Oh yeah, you sound a little bit more like Donald Duck.
All right, well, I need to I need to move the transmit down there then.
Well, I look at it this way on sideband. As long as I can understand what people are saying, I don't care what they sound like.
Is that better there?
Oh yeah, you sound like you now.
Okay. Well, one of the, I don't know what it is. Either the transmit is not lining up or my receive. Like I said, it's a whole lot different, I guess.